Amanda Delaney, absolutely humbled and grateful to have you on. Can you tell us a bit more about yourself, what you do, and what is your business effectively?
My business is called We Can and We Will. So I suppose a lot of that is in the name. I'm all about creating communities and groups and helping people, because it's my belief that together everybody achieves more. So our groups exist, like I do events, you probably see me on LinkedIn and all over the place.
Amazing. Yeah, kudos to you.
The We Can and We Will talks, they've really taken off, and I suppose they're getting out there faster than I could be on social media. It's word of mouth is spreading those because of the atmosphere and the amazing speakers. And I suppose, like yourself, the realism, it's human to human. It's not scripted. The 4 speakers are chosen randomly. I don't give them topics to speak about. So you're getting the raw, real people that you see on the stage there. So that's been fantastic. That's running for 18 months. And then aside from that, I suppose I do coaching, business, building the community. And now lately we've been doing exclusive workshops for skill sets that business owners need when they start the business, or whether you're in the middle of your business. So a lot of exclusive workshops happening this year, and they're just going from strength to strength, just serving the community of We Can and We Will with what they need, Pauline. That's what I do.
I love it. I love the whole motto of We Can and We Will. It reminds me of something I'd wear on a gym t-shirt going to train in the gym. And I know you're big into your fitness as well.
I'm a gym instructor as well. That's probably where it all comes from.
Certainly a multi-skilled, feisty Irish woman, as they say. So kudos to you on that. But just in relation to, you mentioned there around the series that you're doing now to help people build their strengths in business and stuff. What do you find yourself as one of the biggest challenges you've faced in getting this far in your business, and how have you overcome it?
A couple of different things. Well, one would have been mindset in the beginning. Okay. So having the belief that you are worth it, having the belief that you know enough, because sometimes we think we have an awful lot of this not enoughness.
Yeah.
Okay, am I good enough? Will people listen to me? Will they want to hear? And all the nonsense and the chatter that goes on in your brain when you decide to step out of your comfort zone or start a new business. So that would have been huge to overcome that. But I'm winning, and I'm really happy with where I'm at in the mindset. So that's great. And then the other challenge, I suppose, it's the skills as an entrepreneur that we don't always think about prior to jumping into our passion, which is usually why we start a business in the first place.
Yeah.
So for me, that would have been technical skills. Yeah. Like having a background in fitness and then in the beauty world. And I did, work for myself in both of them, and I owned my own salon. But back then, social media wouldn't have been as big. There wasn't as a need for social media or technical skills as I'm finding now in this line of business. I need to be able to communicate in email and all these Google Drives and all this stuff that I'm learning, which has been, it's massive. It is challenging because I never worked in the office and never learned all of that.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? And it's something like I've had to really broadly educate myself on. And I so get what you're saying there. Like when I jumped into, being a coach and consultant, I got a bit lost and overwhelmed in that space of, I knew I'd be a really good coach. And, once I decided on where I fitted in with my skills, which is the career change and the career pivots, but it took me a long time to get there. And like that, it was overwhelmed because I didn't know if people would get me, whether they'd want to listen to me, whether they'd connect with me on a human level, full stop. And then, of course, you have to let go of that really, that downward spiral of, fear of like not showing up. And again, the whole overwhelm, I kind of forgot about the entrepreneur piece. So I thought, I'd be really good at this. I'll do this really well. But then I forgot I have to learn all these business skills, and I have to learn, accounts, social media, content.
Presenting.
Yeah. Zoom, doing this on Zoom, podcasting that I do myself, and YouTube, all these things. And then you're like, hang on a second, I don't have to know all the how-tos at the start.
Yeah.
I just have to, one day at a time. And there's so much information, in fairness, on LinkedIn from the likes of yourself, myself, other people that are, are in the business kind of world. And, you can really educate yourself in small steps. So it's really important to let go of that overwhelm, What would you say is the values piece behind your business that you promote, like your main core value behind your business? Because this is something I ask people all the time, but their why and their values behind their business.
Might sound corny to many people, but for me, it's love. It's love of the people.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
It's like
it is love. And then to serve the people and to give them that value. I'm a teacher. It's in my blood. If I know something, I just have to teach it. I have to teach it. I have to find a way. If I know someone who's better than me, and a lot of 2019 with my exclusive events will be working and collaborating with the experts in the fields, because for me it's important that you don't think you know it all, that if there's somebody better out there, if you can find somebody in a different direction, and that's it. So for me, bringing the values in, it's by the end of 2019, this is what I want people to say about Amanda Delaney, and we can and we will. And I suppose that's best to answer your question. And that is that when they come to a workshop, whether they come to a networking event, whether it's just pure business or whether it's the talk events, no matter what that they attend, once it's to do with my business, that they leave with so much value that they can tangibly hold in their hand, use, and say, wow, what an experience.
I love that. I love the way, like, you have your legacy defined, by the end of the year. This is the legacy behind me and my business and the values piece. That's a lovely way to project it. I love it.
Yeah. You know what? That's where I see it. And that's the vision I have for We Can and We Will. And more than just the business We Can and We Will. Everybody within that we. Anybody who comes into the community. And even, like, I've got a private group. Even if they're not coming to any of my paid events, once they're around me at all, that they are finding the value is useful, and that they're gaining momentum, benefit, self-belief, whatever they need. I say, if it's within my power to help you, I shall do.
I love it. And you can see your passion. Like, it's, and I see it even in what you project in your talks and the energy that you put behind them, and getting great speakers as well. Because I was speaking to Stephen Murta the other day, the exhibition guy, who had done a talk at your event the other night, and he was blown away. He loved it, So, like, and really, people with such knowledge and experience, as you say, that can, like, bring, increased perspective to business owners, indeed, like myself, when we kind of go into overwhelm and we struggle. What would you say is the biggest thing that you see, just in relation to your own even clients showing up in their challenges? What do you see, like, a recurring theme, or is there a recurring theme that stands out in particular with any of your clients?
Well, in the coaching, where I'm coaching people, it's predominantly I'm seeing structure and too much in the business, because even for myself, like, I like to get a coach outside of my business. So when you're too in your business, I just give you an example. I had a lady there I was coaching before Christmas, and we did a call, and she got on thinking that she needed a website, and she needed to attract a new audience, and all of this stuff that she thought she was coming on the call to. But when she got off the call with me after coaching her for an hour, she realized completely different. She's had a successful business for 8 years, and that all of her, the people she was trying to reach, were right there in her warm market.
They were in front of
you, down the road. But when you've got a database that size, so a lot of people in business are scared to use their database. The people that they've already worked with and who know the value that they bring. So it was just tweaking things like that, letting people see, with a bit of structure, a bit of proper planning, that you can reach your goals. But sometimes, and I believe this is true in our networks too, we go to all these networking meetings. We build up these network of people around us, and then we don't use it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I will be guilty of that myself as well, in fairness,
I'm not reaching out. I can't ask for help.
Yeah.
That's why we build the networks. But then when we think we need help, we need to go outside of that network and work again.
Yeah, I so get that. But I think like that space of, I know for me, that was the fear of, that was a control issue. That was an ego issue. Oh God, I can't ask for help because, these people are doing, these people will be further on in their businesses than me. They'll think I'm stupid. And really, like, everybody likes to help. I mean, I know if somebody comes to me, I'll help them, and I'll help them as much as I can. I'm within reason, obviously.
Yeah.
And point them, and if I don't know, I'll point them in the right direction. I'm really honest and upfront around that as well, But just in relation to what you were saying there as well, that whole being stuck in your business is something I experience a lot as well. And like that, have coaches and mentors who can actually emotionally detach me from the business, because I'm so emotionally attached to it. That's where I'm like, this is my baby. I this is it. All these emotions are just like rearing up in me, and then my head explodes. And then, I could get into a temper tantrum with myself and have to find ways to kind of, resolve that, which is obviously my training and stuff or whatever, or just, getting out for a walk and stuff. But it's very, very important, I think, as a small business owner or entrepreneur, to have somebody. And I know not necessarily at the start of a business, a lot of people can't actually afford coaches and mentors like at that stage, but it's always good to just even send a message to somebody you can trust and just ask.
Yeah, well, even on the affordability, like last year when I started We Can and We Will, it actually started as a physical meeting every 2 weeks. And we brought in speakers there. And what I noticed, Pauline, was that the same people, the same 5 or 7 of us were turning up every 2 weeks. And other people were just popping in and out. It just wasn't sitting right with my values. I knew we could get more from this meetup. And then we had the talks anyway, so we could, meet other people at that. So last year I decided to test something out. And that was like a connect group. So 5 or 6 of us decided to close down the group, membership only, and we met every 2 weeks. Now we've since moved that to Zoom. Okay. And it's been 100% more productive because we're not hugging and kissing and making tea and all that and traveling to and fro. And we can meet each other at the talks anyway for all that. So it's been something really, really powerful, because a lot of us are in business for ourselves. So brainstorming, have an idea, and then you're questioning it. So we meet every 2 weeks, and that's called the We Can and We Will Membership Connect group.
Great idea.
Very, very powerful. It's very affordable for people.
Exactly.
But it's very powerful.
Yeah. And it's a great option to have, as I said, to make it accessible and affordable for people, just to get in there, and just say, a couple of people online, I have this idea, what do you think? Or I'm struggling with this or whatever. So kudos to you on that. It is a good idea, because I know.
Well, I had to test it first. I had to test it for 12 months to see. And what I was looking for at the end of that was testimonies. And we've had some phenomenal results from that intimate, it's like having a staff meeting, but they're not your staff and they're emotionally detached from your business, but you can bounce ideas every 2 weeks. And now by the end of this year, the people who are in that group, and they know who they are because I've already pushed them forward, and some of them have already received awards. Brilliant. So we're looking at award-winning businesses. So it's on another level. It's for people who are established in their business and are ready to push through and go for the next level. So that's been very exciting. Very exciting.
Like a boardroom for your confidence cheerleaders there to keep pushing you and challenging you that little bit more, isn't it? Like, because
we all need it. We all need it.
We do. And it's interesting because some people would say I'd be a bit too high challenge for them, and I'm like, oh, that's okay, I'm probably not the right coach for you. Then other people are like, you're not challenging enough. So it is, I suppose, even a learning curve for me. Like, it's especially with my niche and my clients that I'm attracting, like, it's to kind of have the backstory for them to connect with and relate to, so they can determine whether what is enough challenge for them, and what's reasonable and realistic for them as well. I don't want to keep
stopping and asking
pushing people over the edge completely. But we all need a shove sometimes. Christ, I need a kick sometimes. But when you do it, like, it's just so empowering. Like, it just feels like, what was I actually fucking worried about? Like, it's it is. It's interesting. So Amanda, you're a big fitness guru. Well, I use the word guru.
No.
You're a a human who's passionate about fitness like myself. So tell us a bit about that, because I love you do a lot of the. I've seen some of your workouts there on LinkedIn with your early morning groups, and I'm now I trained. I got up at 6 this morning, and I was in the gym for 7:30. And I
was finished in all at 7:30.
I know, I was about to say, that was lucky, because usually sometimes it could be 7:30 in the evening before I get there. But no, I don't beat myself up about it. But I have to say, when you get them done in the morning, it does kind of set you up for the day, doesn't it?
Yes, definitely. Well, I didn't actually get to train myself this morning. I was training the 6 a.m. crew this morning. So I was murdering them in the gym at 6 a.m.
Yeah. They're all alive.
It's funny how the fitness came back around. I suppose my passion for teaching, when I left school at 14 and went on to work in a factory. So when I left the factory at 22, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was so unfit, so overweight, just really on paper, couldn't swim, couldn't run, never did exercise. It was like completely not on the radar, but I didn't know what else I was going to do with my life. And my friends had done this course. So off I went. Everybody was in hysterics, laughing, going, she's doing a what? But I'm loyal, and I stick to things when I put my mind to it. So anyway, I went in and I ended up loving that industry, and I was in it for about 8, 9, 10 years. I can't even remember. And I loved it. Yeah. Now I left there to open up, to work in the beauty world, right? And when I look back now, I went back to teaching fitness only 12 months ago.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I had a break of like 14 years.
Wow. That's
14 years out of the industry completely. Now, for the 4 years before I went back, I got myself back fit, and I joined a gym that I found was, for me, and the people were lovely, and it was very welcome. So it wasn't until he opened up a back gym off of his studio, and I was like, and he's like, Amanda, would you want to rent it? And I was like, oh, okay. And it's been the best decision ever. Teaching is in my blood. I just love it. And I decided then that it was going to be for ladies, and I wanted to teach them the confidence to lift, because my niche for fitness is people who are scared to come in.
Yeah. And I mean, it's something I faced myself when I was overweight, and just that intimidation and fear of just getting the foot in the door and feeling that I fit in here, and I can be comfortable here, and I can grow here and learn more about myself, and use it as like my fitness is like my life now, so and again, it allows me to detach from the emotions as a business owner. But I so get that, so I can resonate with what you see showing up with people who are just, I used to get really intimidated by a lot of the bigger gyms over here in Ireland. So I'm like yourself, found a gym that's nice and intimate, and I like it, and I can go there and I can just, be me and do my thing, But it is the biggest thing, as I said, I had to get over fear of showing up, Same thing.
It goes back again to that not enoughness. Will I look silly? Is everybody better than me?
I might get this wrong and look stupid.
I need to lose 2 stone before I can go. All the nonsense we tell ourselves.
Putting it off and putting it off and putting it off.
Yeah. So that's brilliant. The hardest part's just coming through the door the first time. That's the hardest part.
Yeah, it is. And then the next day and you know what, I always say, if I see a new person in the gym now or whatever, or even at networking events and stuff, just to smile at them, because it really can make the difference between them coming back the next day and not, it really can,
Well, we, on Wednesday night, now we always make a point when we do the talks, because I was that person, networking, people in suits, because I'm not from that background. I'm from the gym and the beauty world. So for me, it was the most terrifying experience to walk into a room. Now, on the outside, nobody may have known that, because I'd still have me saying, but inside, I used to be dying. And what I've realized was that I'd only go the once. So every bloody time was so exhausting, because I didn't go back enough to know anybody in the groups.
Yeah.
I'd go once. So for our talks last week, Ian is always on the door, somebody really super friendly, and they always, if you're there for the first time, they'll make a point of either bringing you over and introducing you to somebody else, or bringing you straight to me to introduce you to me. But on Wednesday last week, we upped our game again, and everybody got a name badge. Like everybody got their name badge, and it made such a difference.
Yeah.
Because all you had to do was look down and you could see someone's name.
Because some people get so over-focused on trying to remember people's names, don't they? And, you know, I used to find that so overwhelming. You know, I'm going to remember people's names.
Do you know why that is? I learned why that is. Here's a little tip for you. When somebody is walking towards us, okay, we're automatically having a conversation about how this conversation's going to go. What are they wearing? What type of person? I wonder what they do. What am I going to say? And then you say automatically, and what's your name? And what's your name? And you cannot even retain that because you're already thinking 10 steps ahead of that. So it's no wonder we don't remember their names 2 minutes after they tell us their names.
Yeah, we're so in our own heads before we actually bring the conversation to a head. We're like lost. Yeah. So makes sense, doesn't it? You know.
But then while they're speaking to us after we've exchanged names, we're not even listening to the conversation because we're trying to think, oh, what did she say her name was?
Or what will I say next?
Yeah. It's like we just all need to take a deep breath and just chill.
That's been a big learning curve for me, just not reacting to everything and just responding. Because I used to react to everything, like absolutely everything in my environment. I used to be so nervous. I'd jump, I'd be ready, to my adrenaline was like, oh, and cortisol everywhere was all whacked out of sync, But that's just a learning curve. And even in relation to the business, when a challenge shows up, I try not to react to it now. I might have a bit of a freak out, and I'll go, hang on, what's the worst case scenario here? What's the best case scenario? What can I actually do about it? And, sometimes I can't actually do anything about it, and I just have to go, okay, that's not meant for me in my business at this time. I'll just have to move on and find something else to do. But Amanda, you're amazing. I think you're amazing. You've a huge skill set there between the personal training and the beautician, and then your own coaching and consultancy and the networking events. So absolutely phenomenal success on that. And certainly somebody who didn't let anything, as you say, you would have been intimidated by the skills and people in suits and this and you let none of that phase you. Fair play to you.
Well, Richard Branson has a great quote, and it says, if somebody offers you an opportunity and you're not sure you can do it, say yes and figure it out later.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that's an approach I've definitely said to myself this year in my business, be prepared and open to what shows up. And, if it works out, fair enough. Even these talks, they only started in October, and we just said, myself and Gay, just be open to what shows up and just roll with it and see what happens.
Absolutely.
That's all you can do. That's all you can do. So any final piece of advice for us as business owners on how to get over ourselves when we get the hump with ourselves?
You hit the nail on the head there already. Write down and look for solutions. I say to people, don't come to me with a challenge unless you have a solution or two to go with the challenge. Yeah. Because a lot of time we get what we focus on.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, we do.
Get what we focus on. And in our group every Friday, we do a thing called Celebrate Your Wins. So I encourage them to go back over the 7 days. I don't care how bloody small it is, how relevant you feel it is. If it gave you a little bit of a, yes, I did that.
A little bit of oomph to get over your hump.
Yes.
A little bit of oomph to get over your hump.
Get over your hump. Look how far you've come, and, sometimes we look at things and they're like a mountain. Just look at the next step. What can I do? What's going to be my next step?
Yeah. Brilliant. I love it. Amanda, where can we find you, and any more talks on soon that you want to give us a shout out so we can?
We have the 6th of March in the Bank of Ireland in the Montrose. That's our next Weekend We'll Talk. That'll be on Eventbrite actually this week, because that's on my to-do list.
Keep an eye out for that.
I'll
put the link up actually under the video.
Yeah, once I get the Eventbrite, I'll send it to you. I have got a workshop on, a speaker school exclusive with Jerry Duffy, but I think there's only 1 or 2 seats left on that, and that's happening on the 16th of February, and we've ran that before. This is the second time to run this because of the success of the first one.
Jerry Duffy is a phenomenal speaker as well, isn't he? Yeah, I've heard great words.
Fantastic. And what happens is anybody who does that workshop with We Can and We Will and Jerry, they automatically speak at the next event. So they get an opportunity to share their skills and practice their skills they've learned.
Brilliant. Phenomenal.
So
And do you have a website, Amanda?
It's under construction at the moment. Big things happening there. So again, back down to, I set up one myself, and it's more like a flipping brochure. It's there, but
you did it yourself, though. That's a big step, you know.
Yeah, well, I had help from somebody in my mastermind group, but looking at all the fancy websites out there, I'm like, Amanda, come on. It's in 2019. It's time to step up your game.
But you're active on Facebook, though, as well. You have the group on Facebook.
All over Facebook. I'm getting better at LinkedIn, and I thank you for this. I do need to get more video, and you will see that in 2019. I will be on LinkedIn doing more of my videos, because on Facebook, I'm feckin' famous for doing live videos, but I still have to get over myself on LinkedIn and start just showing up as me.
All in good time.
But LinkedIn has gone so much more relaxed and cool place to hang out.
Yeah, and it's a very valuable space to learn and connect on a human level, you know. And you know, there's loads of arguments, is it too Facebooky, is it or not? Like I just do my own thing, and it works for me, and I think that's really
your own life.
Yeah. And again, people can feel a bit intimidated as well, like as business owners, is this a really professional platform? I don't have the skills, I'm not in my suit in my videos. Oh, people might look, that's not for me. I'll just, you know, I do my own thing, and that's what we all have to do. And the people who get it. The people who don't can just toddle on by. See you later.
There's lots of people out there. Everybody's not going to be your people.
I wouldn't expect everybody to like me. You know, I like me anyway, so that's the main thing.
That's the main thing. Like we could teach that. If we could teach that to everybody.
It's okay if you don't like me or my content. I like me. So.
Yeah, Nicola said it at the workshop on Saturday. She said, be full up of yourself. Not full of yourself. Be full up of yourself. I love it.
Yeah. Full up. I think I seen your post on that actually at Nicola's workshop. I am positive mindset, isn't it?
Yeah. Myself and Nicola are actually doing a workshop in March, and I've enough people. I think I said to her, we're going to have to do 2 dates because it's growing legs and arms of its own. The two of us will be speaking at this.
Well, I can see that there'll be great energy and goodwill and positive vibes in the room, and I'm sure the two of you will work together absolutely phenomenally. So listen, the very, very best of luck with that. Absolute pleasure talking to you, and we'll keep an eye out for those events, and I'll share the links for anybody who's interested in them underneath. Have a brilliant Tuesday. Take care.
You too. Thanks, Pauline. Bye.